Welcome to Time Warner Cable's Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerantz. We are joined by Julie Coyne. She works with the Bicycle Casino Community Foundation as its executive director. Before we talk about the foundation, tell me about the Bicycle Club. It sounds familiar, Bicycle Casino?
The Bicycle Casino started as the Bicycle Club in 1984 in Bell Gardens. We opened up with 600 employees. 29 years later, we now have 1,300 employees. We operate 24/7 every day of the year, and we provide entertainment, gaming for people all around Southern California. They come from quite a ways away.
Imagine.
It's a very exciting atmosphere. And we are in the process right now of, in a way, reinventing ourselves as we are going to launch into building a new hotel.
Right, a hotel which is wonderful, really transition the casino into an entertainment complex. And it's interesting, as you're marching down that path, you, it seems, had an epiphany. You had happened to read an article that talked about Bell Gardens and how it's at some level a tale of two cities, right, and how it's the poor city in LA County with an obesity epidemic. What did that do for you?
Well, first of all, it woke me up. After 27 years of working there, I really hadn't noticed that the children seemed any heavier than any other children. But I read the article, I was sad, and I felt I've been there so long and I didn't want to see that in the community around me. I went to my two general partners, Robert Carter, Hashim Maneh, who are very kind, very busy.
Right.
And I said, what can we do, and would you allow me to look into it? And quickly I talked to other people who were equally as concerned. Jerry Haliva, a legislative advocate, became my partner in developing the concept of the foundation. And then we asked our city manager, Phil Wagner, a local person, who also is committed to wanting to see a change in Bell Gardens. And then eventually we got State Senator Ricardo Lara, who was raised in Bell Gardens.
Literally.
Yes.
He represents a very big area, but his hometown is Bell Gardens.
It's his hometown.
So your foundation is focusing on two elements. There's the health side to deal with the obesity epidemic, which we now know is a disease based upon the AMA making that declaration, but also scholarship, academic importance and achievement.
Absolutely. Our foundation is about children. It's about improving the lives of children in Bell Gardens and the surrounding community. And when you improve the lives of the children, you of course wish to improve the lives of the families that support the children.
And recently you handed out 5 scholarships, $10,000 to $16,000. How wonderful that must have made you feel.
It was thrilling. And it was a very highly competitive process
sure.
that these children had to complete. There were several, many who met the minimum criteria. But after writing essays and having oral interviews, there were 5 emerged as true leaders in our community. The reason for the large amount was to make people aware that we were committed to investing. We're going to invest in you.
And I know, for example, the winner of the $16,000 scholarship, she's on her way to a CSU. And with CSU tuition being relatively affordable, $6,000, $7,000 a year, $16,000 is not a bad amount.
But she's going to be in Pomona.
Right.
And she's going to study to be a civil engineer.
Right.
She was involved in a club that helped her build an airplane, and she flew the airplane. This will allow her to live at school, participate, work hard, and be involved in all of the things that a student should be involved in at the university level. I will say, just because you get into a college or a university doesn't mean you can afford to go there.
Of course,
and I think this has been quite a shock to some of the students who've worked so hard, and their families have, to finally get into good schools and not be able to afford to be there.
Julie, thank you so much for joining us and for what you're doing for the children of Bell Gardens. She is the executive director of the Bicycle Casino Community Foundation. My name is Brad Pomerantz. This is Time Warner Cable's Local Edition.